Look at here, look at here. As you guys know, there has been some beef going on between DL Hughley and Monique and Bebe. They both supposed to be on a comedy show or a comedy tour situation, and Monique got on stage and she went off and she said she was the headliner of the show and she is the closer of the show. And in the event, DL Hughley said that is not the case. I was the headliner and the closer. So DL Hughley said, people, please look at your ticket stubs. It will show you that I am the closer and the headliner of the show. Check your ticket stubs. And Monique responded, boy, you gonna tell the people to go look at their tickets to prove whether or not you was the headliner or the closer of the comedy show? Where is your contract? And DL Hughley hit the Instagram, baby. He came through with the contract, and it states that he is the closer of the comedy show that Monique and DL Hughley were both supposed to be on, baby. This don't look good at all. It's also proven DL Hughley point that she is the problem and not him. She asked for receipts and he gave her the receipts, point blank, period. The contract is on the screen where it says DL Hughley is the closer of the show. So what y'all think about this situation? Monique, we gonna need you to come through and prove that this is wrong, that this ain't right. Where is your contract that you were supposed to be the closer of the show and the headliner, baby? Because right now DL Hughley is winning with the truth and winning with the facts, and he's winning with his receipts that you requested of him to prove, and he has proven to the public. So you need to contact your team, your people, and everything, and dispute this, because right now DL Hughley is winning out here in these streets, and it looks like you are the problem. It looks like you are the situation, and we need you to rebuttal immediately with your proof and your receipts, because if not, that means that this might be the nail in the coffin. And baby girl, we don't want this, because you are out here doing shows and you are going to be a part of stars and working with 50 Cent, and you know nobody wants to believe that you are the issue or you are the problem and things of that nature, because you've been around for so many years. You did so many wonderful things when it comes to this Hollywood journey, this comedy journey, being an actress journey. And for DL Hughley to bring this paper forth before our very eyes to prove that you had no reason to get up on stage and cuss him out and talk about his family, talk about his sexuality, talk about him as a human being, period. I'm like, OMG. And DL Hughley says, girlfriend, you need to talk to your management team, and if you had an issue, you should have been talking to the promoter, not making something personal and coming after me. Monique, we need you to come through, and we need you to prove that you were supposed to be the headliner and the closer, because right now DL Hughley got the receipts out here in these streets and it ain't looking right, and he has already accused you of being the problem and the issue when it comes to everybody that you had a verbal altercation with. Okay, come through, Monique, because right now it is showing that DL Hughley is basically hitting you with the facts. What's up? What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? My peeps, my peoples, we is in the building, peep squad. Let's get down to the situation. Let's talk about DL Hughley and Monique. It is going down. They are taking shots, and Monique got on stage and she read DL Hughley down to the ground, baby. She was a librarian on the stage. She was teaching lessons the way that she was basically throwing the mud and the dirt at DL. In any event, DL Hughley has responded to the situation, and basically they're going back and forth battling whether who was the headliner of the comedy tour that they were both on, that was presented by 105.9 Kiss FM presents the comedy explosion. Okay, so in any event, you guys let me know what you think about that situation. And Monique got on stage and she started reading down to the ground, and she was eating DL Hughley up like a bag of chips. She was peeling him like a banana. She was out here letting it all hang out and telling all the intimate details of what was going on with the contract and the attitudes that was presented to her from DL Hughley, and how phony and fugazi he is because he wanted to be entitled. I was like, ooh, I was clutching my purse because I didn't even know Monique was gonna go in like this. It was like she was having a phone conversation, with her friends and letting them know how low down and how no good one of her employees is. And she was reading, baby. And DL Hughley, he's not all that great in stand up, but when it comes to writing jokes on Instagram, he is undisputed. He is, he's undefeated, or whatever the case may be. But in any event, DL Hughley posted to his Instagram stories to let us know that Monique went on at 8:40 p.m. and he was going on at 9:45 p.m. So therefore, he was closing the show and he was the headliner. I was like, ooh, clutch and clutch. What is happening? So in any event, he is out here proving his case on his Instagram story. He even posted flyers where it says starring DL Hughley and Monique, okay? But in any event, his name is higher and hers is lower. So therefore, he's basically proving on Instagram story that he was the headliner and she got it confused. Okay, so y'all let me know what you think about that situation. I was like, it is going down, y'all, for real, for real. But in any event, DL Hughley, he continues on his Instagram and he posted this. Answer me this. When have you ever seen the headliner at the bottom and mentioned last? The confusion is with whomever gassed her up on premium octane. So basically, that's a Biggie Small line. And he continued. Now back to the Stooges and bourbon. Y'all ain't messing up my Sunday. So y'all tell me what y'all think about that situation. I was like, okay, DL Hughley is out here in these streets and he's feeling a certain type of way about the situation. He posted to his Instagram because he feels like, something ain't right, something ain't sweet, and he wants to, prove that Monique is delusional. So you guys tell me what you think about this situation. DL's second post on Instagram. Check this out. All you have to do is check the order of names on the ticket stubs from last night and you will see who's confused. Against my better judgment over the objections of my team and 4 other occasions where I said no, I decided to take a chance and work with Monique. Oprah was the problem. Tyler Perry was the problem. Charlamagne was the problem. Steve Harvey was the problem. Lee Daniels was the problem. Netflix was the problem. Now it's my turn. At some point, it can't be everyone else. It's you. Lesson learned. I did not have anything personal against Monique. People paid a lot of money to laugh, not hear about your contract. Apparently, the role you played in Precious turned out to be a autobiography. I wonder who's next. OMG. So we got DL Hughley throwing all the shade in the world with the shade tree, basically calling out Monique previous problems with people and saying that she is the problem. Is he gaslighting her? And he also basically says, apparently the role you played in Precious turned out to be an autobiography. Oh, what L. Hughley wasn't done with the situation either. He continued to post to Instagram again and says, sock it to him. I'm telling you. Woo, Lord. DL Hughley was feeling a certain type of way. He had time, baby. He had a whole bunch of time to basically get out here in these streets and run it. And so who do you believe? Who's telling the truth? But in any event, Monique, she responds to the situation. She says, the fact that you pointed the people to the ticket stubs for the order of the names versus to your contract implies that you don't have a contract that shows you are the headliner like I do. Either show your contract or be quiet. Stop messing with people who have never messed with you and who once considered you a comrade in comedy. But I thank you, DL, because you are the reason why I fight for my people like I do. Anytime you open for the Kings of Comedy and I was the headliner for the Queens of Comedy, and you think you should close the show over me, is a prime example of the bias that Black women have to deal with in this business. I won't even discuss. Ooh.